Listen, there's not a lot I know about version 2.1 of Wuthering Waves, right? I don't usually try to go through any leaks. I don't try to like spoil myself, but there's been a couple things that have come up. And with everything going on with Lunar New Year, we didn't get a live stream, which is fair. I'm not going to tell them like, hey, you need to do a live stream on such a, big thing. Like Lunar New Year is a big deal. But of course, without a live stream, we don't have a lot to talk about. But we do know a couple things coming to Wuthering Waves 2.1. Some things I have heard through the grapevine. Some things, I can't confirm as true, just going on murmurs that I've heard from people. And honestly, we're going to talk about what we can in regards to what we know. So if you guys know other stuff, please leave a comment down below if there's stuff that you have heard about 2.1, maybe some dreams that you had about certain things. I don't know. But I am very excited for this update, but at the same time, with so little information, it's tough to say if it's good. Now, I do want to preface this because somebody called me out on my Genshin Impact video as well when I talked about how this next update is pretty bad. Somebody called me out and said, "What? You're just a slave driver. You want everybody to work so hard on everything and blah, 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 blah." And I really want to dive into that because I think a lot of people think that because something isn't great, there has to be an excuse. And I'm not saying that every company has to have like a banger update after banger update after banger update, right? But you can't make an excuse for something being mediocre. Even if it's like, oh, they're on holiday. It's like, okay, fine, but that's still a mediocre update. Like, facts are facts. I'm not saying that they need to work through the holiday. I'm saying that because they took the holiday, it led to a mediocre patch. It's just how it is. There's nothing bad about, well, I mean, it's bad for the sense of, player retention, but at the same time, you make those sacrifices. That's what happens. Ultimately, just like in Genshin Impact, I'm going to be playing that. And I'm going to be playing this update for 2.1 of, Wuthering Waves, regardless of if it's good or bad. So let's dive into actually what's going on because I'm tired of, bitching about this. Let's be honest. So we do have, obviously, Phoebe as, I believe she's going to be the first character that launches on 2.1. She's going to be a Spectro Reticifier unit. So it's tough for me to say if I don't think that she's going to be a DPS character. And if she is, from leaks and all that stuff, because I haven't looked at the leaks, if she is, God rest my soul, I don't need somebody replacing my Gen C already. I feel like, we just replaced what? Who did we get in the first one? I can't remember. Like Carlotta, we just replaced. Like, well, we didn't even replace anybody in that one. We needed a damage dealer for ice. That was really, really good. But I feel as though if Phoebe replaces Gency, I'm going to be so sad. But I'm still pulling for Phoebe anyway because I liked her character within the actual story. I like the actual like arc that she had, if that made sense, because it felt like a lot of times that she was questioning herself, questioning her own like religion a little bit. At least that's what I got from the story, and it's something that I've dealt with in my past before because I used to be a very, very religious man, but I found anime titties. So, but yes, I am excited for Phoebe. She seems like she's going to be a very, very fun character. Now, the other character, Brant, is another one I'm going to be summoning for because Brant actually seems to be a fun character in general when it comes to his like personality. I enjoyed him in the story. Though we did, in my opinion, I don't think that we got enough of him in the story. I think that he would have been great to continue with the story, but we know that it was the Carlotta story patch. We needed to have Carlotta along with us for the majority of the patch. Totally understand that. Hopefully this patch gives us more Brant than we could ever ask for, which most likely they're going to. WUWA's track record is to make sure that we get more than enough time with our waifus and husbandos. And I'll tell you this much, everybody that I know is excited for Brant. And he looks like he's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if he's going to be the DPS character. I'm kind of hoping he's a, like, sub-DPS, kind of like Mortifi. I hope that he gets there. But again, I haven't looked at the leaks for him. I'm just guesstimating. So I have to reiterate this because there's only a couple things that I've seen, and I've made sure to keep away from like all the stuff until the official release for the most part. Now I can only cover certain things that I've seen on the internet. But yeah, Brant was fun during the story. Wish I would have got more of him. Can't wait for this update because again, I think that we need more of them anyway. Now, another thing that we got, and it was actually an in-game notice, and apologies for how it's like stationed. For some reason, OBS does weird stuff with this, but we actually got an in-game notice here for Tower of Adversity that's going to be there's going to be changes to Tower of Adversity going into 2.1. So, dear Rovers, we're excited to announce that the upcoming version 2.1 update will introduce a brand new permanent weekly challenge mode, Whimpering Wastes. What is with their W's? We got Wuthering Waves, Whimpering Wastes. Like, what the... To accommodate this edition, we'll be adjusting the opening times for the next Tower of Adversity Hazard Zone Challenge. Here is the new schedule for the next Tower of Adversity Hazard Zone Challenge, which is February 3rd, 2025 from 4 a.m. to March 3rd of 2025, 3:59 a.m. So, basically what we're getting at is a new permanent game mode. And I'm very stoked on that because while TOA is fantastic, it's always good to have variety. And we've seen how variety does really, really well. I feel like HSR does too much variety in some cases. Zenless Zone Zero is in that perfect state of variety right now. I think it's great. And Genshin Impact just doesn't do that much variety. We got like the freaking, stupid storybook thing. But I digress. I think that this is a great addition to the game. And I do think that it's going to be welcoming to the community. Now, granted, I hope and I pray that it's balanced. If it's balanced, then it makes sense. I'll be good. But other than that, that's all I really know. But yes, that's basically all we know so far that is accurate. Now, I'm going to be talking into speculation. And I'm saying speculation because I don't know if it's true or not. And it literally, like, anybody could say anything. I could say that I'm diapered out of my ass right now and I'm wearing a diaper, but I'm not. And I'm not going to show you guys, okay? You don't need to know about my... You don't need to know if I'm wearing a diaper, okay? Stupid. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that this is something that's speculatory. We don't know for sure because it hasn't been officially announced. So I want that to be absolutely clear so that people don't freaking come at my neck, okay? So there's been talks about Echo presets. Now, I say this because, again, I don't know if it's true. If Echo presets are a thing, which if you don't know what I mean by Echo presets, it's basically saying you have a five set of Echoes, right? For like, let's say, the freezing one, the new one that just came out for Carlotta. You have her set. And let's say a new character comes out later on that uses that set and those stats. Well, you could put that as the preset and you could be like, hey, this character came out, boom, hit the preset. You go to TOA with that preset, you're good to go. So, what's my opinion on that? Well, if this is true, this will change the game. And the reason being is because it's universal. Like, you could have the best sets for certain characters and then swap between them during certain things. Like, if you have a set of, healing rejuvenation for your shorekeeper, let's say, and you don't have as good of one on Verena. Yeah, Verena. Let's say you don't have that. Well, you could just switch the preset after you're done using your shorekeeper and switch it over to Verena and use it for TOA. Like, presets should be a thing in general, right? Like, we've been complaining as Genshin Impact players that presets should be a thing, and they still haven't gotten there. They've done everything on Genshin Impact for artifacts except for the preset. But if WUWA does the preset, if WUWA is doing this, that's going to be huge for 2.1. And I think a lot more people are going to be praising Wuthering Waves. I don't know. That's really all I got. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all think about all this. Don't forget to check out Gamer Subs. Guys, we just released VCAR TCG, and it's sold out. But we do have pre-orders for the Unlimited set for VCAR TCG happening right now, alongside a Shy Lily binder, a Cinder binder, Shy Lily and Cinder deck box, sleeves, all this stuff. And it could be yours using code TYSH for 10% off. Link down in the description. But anyways, that's going to be it. Love you guys, and we will see you in the next video. Take care and be safe.